For this Environment Day activity, you will need 3 bottles, garden soil, seeds of any plant, dead leaves, sticks and stones, and mud.
I have filled the first bottle with garden soil and planted some fenugreek seeds. I have filled the second bottle with some stones, sticks and dead leaves. Now for the third bottle, I have filled it with mud.
Day 1 of my fenugreek plant. Now the seeds will start to germinate. Day 3. The seeds have already germinated and little saplings are seen. Day 5. The plant has started to grow. Day 6. They have grown more than the previous day. Day 8. The plant has grown of enough size for the activity. For this water filtration experiment, pour water into each bottle and harvest the water that drips out as shown in the image and observe. I observed that in the first bottle in which a plant was grown, when we pour water, clean, clear and drinkable water comes out. In the second bottle in which we had kept dead leaves, stones and sticks, semi-clear, undrinkable water drips out of the bottle. While in the third bottle, which was filled with mud, dirty water comes out, which is not safe to drink. From this activity, we conclude that plants hold the soil together and help in the purification of water.
The materials required are 3 miniature landscapes, water, seeds, leaves, bowls, and some soil. I took 3 miniature landscapes named A, B, and C. In container A, we put only soil. In container B, we put soil and some dried leaves. In container C, we planted some seeds. After receiving proper watering and sunlight, they were ready. From day 1, day 2, day 3, day 5, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, and day 15. Observation. After pouring water through each of the landscapes, we observed that in container A, we saw that the water was not at all clear. In container B, the water was clearer than A. In container C, the water was clean and comparatively more purified. This is container B, this is container A, and this is container C. As we saw earlier, container A contains the least purified water, container B contains more purified water than A, and container C contains the clearest water of all.
Today, we are going to learn something about soil erosion. As we all know, soil erosion can be a challenging problem. By this activity, we will try to see how soil erosion can be reduced by afforestation. Here, we need 3 bottle containers. Add some amount of soil in each bottle after cutting the top half of the bottles. In the first one, we have to put soil only. In the second one, on top of the soil, we have placed some dried leaves. We have grown some grass in the third container. Now slowly pour water in all 3 bottles and see what happens. As we observe, the water from the first bottle has all the dirt which was washed away by the water. In the next one, it has only some particles of soil in water. And in the third bottle, we see the water is lot cleaner than the rest of 2. Do you know why the clarity of water is different in glasses? In the first bottle, where there was only soil and there was no cover, the flow of water easily caused erosion, washing away lot of soil with it. In the second bottle, the layer of dead leaves resisted the erosion on the soil by providing a cover, so it resulted in lesser amount of erosion than the first bottle. If we observe the third one, here the roots of grass worked like a binding agent, securing the soil. It resulted in minimum erosion. That is why water is cleanest here.
World Environment Day is celebrated each year on 5th June. It is the day when we pay tribute to the environment and make pledge to take care of it. Now I'll show you the experiment by demonstrating it. Take 3 similar waste bottles like this. Now in all the 3 bottles, cut an appropriate portion from the center so that the material can be filled, like this. Use the first bottle with living plants, second with dead sticks and leaves, and the third one which has no plant matter at all. Now, with the help of string, attach the cup in such a way that the groundwater drips directly into the cup. Now, in the first one, which contained living plants, will contain the cleanest water. In the second one, which contained dead leaves and sticks, will contain a little bit dirty water. And in the last, which had no plant matter at all, will contain dirtiest water amongst the three.
We all know the importance of flora in our ecosystem. We are aware how it provides oxygen and acts as a natural resource for manufacturing many day-to-day products. But today, I will demonstrate how plants act as a filter to prevent groundwater pollution. Yes, plants not just prevent soil erosion and hold the soil with the help of roots, but they can even prevent the water in soil from getting muddy. Let us understand this with the help of an example. For this experiment, we need 3 containers named A, B and C. Container A contains a grown plant, container B contains dried or dead leaves, and container C contains dry soil. As you can see on the left side, the containers and glasses are set up. Now, we will pour water in all 3 of them and observe the nature of the collected water in the glasses. We conclude that water from container C is darkest in color and contains mixed dirt particles. Water dripped out from container B is less darker but contains dirt from dried leaves. But water from container A with plant is clean and contains least mud compared to others. Water lilies and iris plants that filter water are able to do this by dissolved nutrients. This includes substances like phosphorus or nitrogen, which chemically mix with soil particles. Therefore, the fact is that a specific plant is naturally capable of purifying any water that comes in contact with.